With the spooky season of October finally in view, we are here with a bunch of different amazing things. We have a lot of different horror figures to be looking at, a lot of masks that we have, a lot of new figures that we need to be taking a look at. But for now, we're taking a look at some customs we've been cooking up here on the channel. And today, we're taking a look at Cujo. Now, Cujo, of course, is the movie based on Stephen King, and is one of the newer movies that I've actually been introduced to. Cujo has been a movie that I have actually really wanted to watch for a while, but I never really had the time or day to actually watch it. And there was a lot of movies that I never really sought after. Some of them I did, but I just never had the time to. But now, finally being an adult, I can watch as many of these movies as I can. And Cujo was definitely one of them. And Cujo was a very fun movie, and it was the first movie we watched for, kind of starting off kind of the Halloween month. And it was a good time. And we watched this kind of like early September because we started Halloween a little bit early. But Cujo was a fun movie, and I actually really adore it. And which made me really want to get a Cujo figure. Now, sadly, nothing on the market is relatable to Cujo. There's nothing Cujo related, but on eBay, I did see a listing for a Saint Bernard dog figure, and I decided, well, what's the harm? So this is what we're taking a look at today. This is the custom Cujo figure based on the movie Cujo. Now, I will say this is probably one of the easiest customs that I've done, and honestly, I really did enjoy doing this custom. So, taking a look at the actual reference photos of what I originally got, I bought this on eBay for about $4, and it was a cute little dog, nice little Saint Bernard, but I knew I could do something pretty horrifying with it. And the first things that I really needed to focus on is how I was going to do the paint. So pretty much the biggest things that I needed to add were browns and blacks. The black mainly being around the eyes and on the nose, and the brown being a lot more on the fur and stuff. So I kind of just made the dog look a little bit like he does in the movie. After I got the browns and blacks in, then I started adding the dirt. The dirt was a pretty easy part. You just pretty much had to go in a different brown and just kind of go all the way around the figure. And basically just getting all this fur as, matted and just look like he's been in the mud for a while. And if we kind of turn down that brightness a little bit, you can see that there's a lot of kind of mud stains on him. And that's what I was definitely going for to kind of base him off his final look. And after we got all of that dirt on there and how I wanted it to, then I started working on the eyes, which the eyes were the hardest part to do because I'm not really good at doing eyes, and I'm sure that dog eyes would be a very challenging thing to do, but I actually had fun with these. I kind of made it just, I think I started off with just doing a kind of light pink or almost red, and then I added in the white pupils, which I think looks menacing. And I just absolutely love that. The next thing I added was, of course, what you see, the blood. The blood is what I added next, and it is all over this figure. And you can see that it's just all over his face, on his little paws. Even the bottoms of the paws has some blood stains on them as well. And it's a very nice detailed dog figure. The sculpting on it is actually very nice. There's no articulation at all. It is pretty much just a tiny little dog statue, but this whole look for him is just awesome. And I kind of wanted to show him off. I mainly just use my basic acrylic paints, which I'll bring them out in just a second. So nothing really fancy came of this figure when it came to the paint job. Very, very simple. I used basically just a basic acrylic paint. I don't know where we got this from, but it was kind of the one that was there. So I kind of just started using that. Just any basic acrylic paint works fine. Then I added in this brown to kind of get that dirt feel, which I really do like because this brown's just a basic brown and it works very nice, especially if you have a matte look to it. Then it looks like kind of dried up mud and stuff. And then for the blood, I went for this, which I've had for a long time, and I got this for Hobby Lobby cheap. $4 is not completely cheap, but it actually works very well when you're doing blood effects, and especially if you kind of cake it on there and it's a character that needs it caked on. And Cujo was definitely one that, you know, needed that. So those are the paints that I used, and you know, the reference photos was just from the movies, and I tried to get it as decently accurate as I could, but mostly just kind of going all out and how I wanted it to be. And you know, the white eyes were definitely something that I wanted to make him look a little bit more evil. And yeah, I really do like this overall. And really, there's nothing else to show on this figure. I mean, it's simple. It was fun. Basically using just 3-4 things of acrylic paint. You know, you got the white, brown, black, and the red is the only thing that you got to look for. So anything that actually that works well with the as a blood color will work fine. And I really do like the paint that I do use for the red, because it keeps it glossy looking, so it looks like wet blood. And I really do like that on this figure, and I think it's really cool. I didn't use a sealant because honestly there's no point to use a sealant. I mean, you can if you want to, but I don't think I'm going to. But I really do like him. He's a fun little dog just to kind of have. And if you have some photos and stuff that you want to take, that will definitely help this figure. But I mean, other than that, there's not much else I can really say. I could do a small size comparison and show you guys what he, what he scales well with. And I of course have the biggest dog of them all, the American Werewolf in London, Kessler Werewolf, and you can see that there's a big size difference here. But yeah, that's basically our own little wolf here. And if we want an actual figure, here is the original Leatherface next to Cujo, which you can see that, I mean, the scaling's not completely horrible. Cujo really does kind of look more like a puppy in a way, instead of a full-grown adult, because I feel like the St. Bernards go up to like the waist area or something. They're big dogs, so it just doesn't feel as, I guess, as to scale as I'd want it to be. But if you had something to scale like these little Five Nights at Freddy's figures, the Springtrap, for instance, I think that scales decently well. Or anything that's like the smaller Star Wars figures or something. I think you could get those to work pretty nicely. And I know this was a very short video to start October, but I wanted to show off this little guy for a while now. And yeah, I had him done for a bit, and I just absolutely love him on the shelf. And he's just so much fun, and it's just a small little cheap hobby that I had to do. And he works so well in the horror collection. So let me know what you guys think about this little dude in the comments below. If you guys do want your own, I know there's probably a bunch of different St. Bernard figures on eBay that you can look for. I really like the way this one looked and how the pose was, so I went for this one. And yeah, it's fun. I really do like doing these tiny little reviews for customs, and this was a very simple one, and I'm very happy with how it is. But now we got to get on to an actual review for October, and there's a bit of a sneak peek for you guys. But that's pretty much it for this video. So without further ado, thank you guys so much for watching. If you did like this video, leave a like and a comment, and subscribe if you want to. If you don't, that's okay with me. But yeah, this is a really fun little start, and I cannot wait to do more in the future. Thank you guys again so much for watching, and I will see you guys Monday for our official October review.